All right, so today we're taking a look at the Phenyx PTX-400. This is a ruggedly reliable mixing board for studio, music recording, stage, and karaoke. Now, let me tell you something. I've been using this mix board for about the past month, and it does good. But we're gonna get into the pros and cons. Don't go anywhere. Up next. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Low for Low Nose Tech. First, I gotta say, it's been a while. So glad to be back doing some cool reviews for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can check out more videos like this. Hit the like button if you like content like this, and also hit that share as well so we can kind of spread the word of Low Nose Tech and all the cool little gadgets that are out there as well. Okay, so let's move on. Like I said before, the Phenyx PTX-400, and I have been using this mix board for the past month, and I like it. It's a good, solid mix board. It has some good preamps. It got some really good features, various utility and stuff like that, and you can connect it multiple ways. To start off, right now we're recording everything from the mix board using my shotgun microphone connected directly to the mix board, connected to my portable recorder coming out from the main outs as well. And that's how we're getting. So everything you're going to hear is going to be utilizing the mix board. Of course, it's the mix board. You want to use the mix board. All right, so let's take a look at the features of the mix board, and then we'll start going to some little nitty gritties of it. All right, so number one, let's look at the top. We have our 8 microphone inputs as well as the mic. We also have line ins for every mic input. You also have your inserts as well for additional inserts. We're going to run through this part. It's pretty much mix board standard, but we'll just run through it. You have your 26 decibel pad for loud sources, so you're not blowing out the inputs. You have a 100 hertz high pass filter. If you ask me, that's pretty aggressive. I'm normally used to doing 70 hertz or 80 hertz for voiceovers, but this does it for 100. So, hey, I guess the more aggressive, the better, depending on what your environment is. Again, the high pass filter takes care of the rumbling sound that you're going to have within the background of your area. So if you're trying to get rid of that rumble, this is the switch you want to engage. So let's do a quick test, right? Right now, we're not using the high pass filter. We'll press it. And this is what it sounds like with a high pass engaged. You can definitely hear a difference when the high pass filter is engaged. You lose a lot of low end, the rumbling end, the rumble area, but we turn it back on. And now this is with the high pass off. We're going to stay with the high pass off for the entirety of this video. All right, we'll move down. This is our gain knobs for our individual inputs. Right now we're on mic input number 2 for this microphone, and we'll test another microphone later on in the video. But that's that. Next section, we have our white dials. This is for our EQ. You have your high EQ, high, mids, and lows. And of course, with your EQ, you can adjust the equalization of your sound, particularly for your microphone. So if I want to add a little high to my microphone, I can do this, and I can add some more highs to it, or I can take away some highs. Again, if you want to add some mids, you can do that. You can really tweak it to your settings if you want. Take away one. And if I want to add some more low end to my voice, I can max all the way out, and now I got a lot of low end going on. So we'll bring it back up to unity. Again, you want to use these EQ settings to kind of tailor it towards the environment or the application you're using. So as for me, I do a lot of voiceovers within my vocal booth, and I have to turn on just a little bit on the high end and maybe just a little bit on the low end because of the boxiness of the area I'm in. I've got to compensate for those frequencies and that. All right, so then we've got we have individual auxiliary volume knobs for these dials here. Of course, everything will be feeded over here. Then we have our individual effects volume knobs for the individual channels. So when we get to the effects later, you'll see that, whoops, do I have anything on? Yeah, so it's off. When I use this knob right here, I'm going to play with the volume of the individual effect for this specific channel. There will be a master volume for the overall effect as well, but this affects the individual channel. So leave that off. Of course, you have your pan to go left and right. You have your solo button as well, and we have our fader for our individual channel. And of course, take this and multiply by 8, and you got 8 channels. Pretty cool. Man, 8 channels is 8 mic inputs or source inputs is a lot. Pretty good deal if you ask me. All right, so let's move on. Let's start from the top. We have our 2-track input right here. This is for your RCA connection. So if maybe you've got some maybe legacy devices that use RCA, you want to pump some audio through there, you can do that. Maybe if you're kind of like you're using I don't know, like an iPod or MP3 player or an iPad or something, you have an RCA adapter to send the audio from there through that. You would do that. You would insert that right here, right there, and of course you have your in and your output. As well. Really straightforward. But now you're seeing that you've got versatility where you can start adding additional devices to your inputs. Like I said before, for studio, stage, and also karaoke. Moving now, we have our effects sends. When you want to send your effects, you have your mono here. You have your control for your control monitors for your left and your right. And of course, you have your left and right regular monitors as well. Like, and I just said this right now. I'm coming out from the main outputs to my recorder. And I would connect my regular speakers to her as well, whatever your setup is. You could have 2 sets of speakers going at the same time. And of course, you have your additional, if you want to connect your speakers to your main outputs for here, you have that option as well. Let's go further down. You can see here we have our USB port for more utility. We'll get into that later. You have your button here for main control room and control room, where you can switch between these 2 speakers right here. So when it's out, audio is coming out from here. When it's in, it's coming out from here, but also out from here. So we'll get more into that a little later. All right, so let's take a look at here where we have our 256 original, let's get closer, virtual presets. And these range from vocal to hall to room to plate to reverbs and a variety of different reverbs that you can mess around with for, again, for your individual channel. Let's do a real quick test on that. I'll get my headphones on. And it's real easy testing these things out. All right, so as you can see, I've got we've got effect 224 on going right there. So what you want to do is you want to bring the effect level up. All right, and of course you want the main volume up as well. All right, and of course you want your volume here on the individual channel up as well. And you now play with that. Like I said before, this is the volume for the individual input, and this is the volume for the main output as well, and I can turn off right there. So we'll just leave it right here, and we'll turn that down. So that way you can actually you can use individual effects for your recording setup, and also the master fader is right here for the effects as well. Let's move over to the side. We have our MP3 program. Now this is what I think is really cool about this mixer. We're going to take this USB stick and we're going to plug it in. Obviously, you see it and have the number. We have a number 5. This means we have. Let's pause that. This means we have 5 tracks within our MP3 player. So what we can do is we can cycle to a track. Let's go to track 1, and we're going to bring up our 2-track MP3. Now this adjusts the fader or the volume of our USB device or our 2-track here on the top as well. So let's bring this up. And here we already got music playing in the background, as you can see from the panel, from the display, how it's doing a running counter. And you can see how we're in USB mode as well. You got a little cool little spin thing there showing that the track is playing. And we can just, using this knob, go over, and we're back and we're going through the next track. Do it again, 3rd track as well. So let's bring that down. And you can see now your additional utility. Right now, we're just using the mixer with the inputs, right? And now we're pumping music through a USB stick. And if we wanted to, we can pump music through the RCA jacks as well, or any other input as well. You can start seeing how we can start creating and adding more signal to the chain. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pause that. All right, of course, we have our master volume, our main volume for our aux as well. And of course, we have our headphone control knob right here where I'm now raising my headphones and I'm lowering my headphones. Now let's talk about the headphones just for a moment right here. Let me take these off. When it comes to headphones, the preamp within the headphone does a really good job as far as powering your preamps. No, powering your headphones. I've powered my MX50s that I just used right now with no problem. I've powered my Sennheiser headphones with no problem. And I did power my BT770 80 ohms, at a good volume. it's not going to do so with 250 ohm headphones. Now, am I saying that the preamps for the headphones in this mixer is weak sauce? No, absolutely not. If you're looking at 250 ohms, you're not going to get a mixer. You're going to get something specific for that kind of ohmage for your headphones. So just want to give you that nugget of information as far as what kind of power you have when driving your headphones. All right. And also, if you can see right here where it says phone and control room, I do have a bit of a gripe when it comes to that. Unfortunately, the headphone volume and the control room volume, they share the same knob, meaning that if I ever wanted to just monitor... All right, pause for a second. As I'm editing this video, I just realized something when I was talking about, or as I'm going into the whole headphone and control room fader, I'm going to tell you how they're kind of sharing the same fader knob, and I wish there would be like some kind of separate knob for controlling when I'm monitoring myself individually. So I realized afterwards, you know, I really didn't go into depth as far as what these green dials do, what these green knobs do. These right here, and also this one as well. So I'm going to give you, I realized this was actually solving the problem that I'm actually about to bring up, and that is, you can actually monitor yourself from this source, separate from the control room and separate from the phone control room knob as well. Now, the only thing is, it's awesome. Okay, so now you can monitor yourself from these individual tracks through this main knob here. But the thing is, it only comes out in the left channel. It's not a stereo channel like your traditional headphone. Let's get it. There you go. Like your traditional headphone jack right there. And you know, it's a bit of a downer. It does solve the issue that I'm about to bring up, but it's only left channel. And if I want to control a separate volume, there you go. I just control that from here, and that'll control also the volume coming out from here. So yeah, no biggie. It actually does what I was actually complaining about. Awesome. Myself and not have this, I guess my monitor's playing, I have to disconnect it. Okay. Now I know there are main outputs here, but the thing is, you're always getting audio coming out from the main outputs, meaning that you have to turn down the faders here. And if you do that, then you've turned down the volume on the entire mixer as well. So this is just kind of like a thing. I wish there was a separate headphone volume knob and a separate control room knob for individual, listening experiences with that. And of course, you have an overall system stereographic equalizer. So why would you use that? Well, again, depending on the environment or the sound that you're trying to get out of your overall mix, you can actually go and you can actually bring up the highs on the entire mix, or you can bring up the lows overall on the entire mix. Am I still... Yeah? Yeah, no, whatever. You got to be careful. You can change the overall lows, or you can just bring up some of the mids if you like. You have that versatility. Normally, you're not going to see this option with some regular home boutique mixers, but you do have the option here to do that as well, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's go back to the USB part. Now, not only can you play music from the MP3 player, but you can also record directly to a USB stick, which is pretty cool. Now, we're going to press the mode button, right? Until we see Bluetooth, we'll get to Bluetooth. And now you're going to see recording. It says PEC, but it's actually recording, right? Yeah, I'm still recording. All right. And you see we got 0 zeros because we haven't started recording yet. Now, if we want to record, we're just going to press here. And there we go. And you can see how we're recording right there. Yeah, it says recording at the top. Yeah, and this, let's make sure. Yeah, and this, okay, so this is what it sounds like. We're recording directly to the mixer. Now, when I did my test previously, it does record an MP3 at about 128 kilohertz, whatever, your standard MP3 128. And that's the sound recording you're going to get when recording directly to an MP3. Is it the best thing when it comes to I guess high fidelity? I don't know, but at least you're getting a chance to record something. And another thing, it's a redundant source. So remember, I'm recording to another device. So you can record directly to the device, and also you can record directly to the USB stick for redundancy. Now, with that being said, through my tests, when I'm recording through the USB, I do get some whine within the device. Not sure if it's maybe just my USB stick or whatever. I've only used one USB stick, but I only get like a hint of a whine when it comes to using this. And yeah, so I just wanted to bring that out. Outside of that, I think the utility is fantastic that you can play from a USB port, and you can also record directly into the USB port as well. All right, so let's stop that. Oh, and that's what it sounded like using the USB recording coming from the thing. I'm not sure if you can hear like a little whine, but we'll stop it right now. Oh, I'm definitely picking up some kind of I'm picking up something, and I don't know what it is. All right, so let's try let's go to Bluetooth. Okay, I've already got my Bluetooth set up. It was pretty standard, and all you got to do is just the thing. All right, so the Bluetooth is playing right now. Now we're gonna bring up our 2-track MP3 player, and we should hear our Bluetooth music. Nope, because it's on pause.
How does a bastard orphan son?
All right, so you can see right there. We can sing along with the music right there. No problem. Coming from my cell phone, you know, really easy. Again, the utility is pretty awesome, where you can just connect multiple devices and interact with different audio sources for whatever need that you want. All right, so let's turn that off, and we turn that section off. Now, talking about more interactivity with your devices, you can also connect. Oh boy! You can connect a USB cable to this. Now you're going to be a USB-A to a USB-A connection, and you connect that directly into your mixer, and now you can use your mixer as an audio interface connected directly to your PC or laptop. Now let's get specific when it comes to this. When you do connect it to your laptop or your PC, there are no specific drivers for this. It's just generic USB audio drivers. So basically, you're just recording, you know, bare bones when it comes to this device, and that's usually I think it's CD quality 441 100 hertz when I looked at the properties. Yeah, so you can connect it to your PC. Like I said before, it does give you a lot of versatility and utility on different ways to connect this, and different ways to connect audio, different ways to pipe audio into it. And that's just another way. Check back to the channel for some more specific deep dives on this mixer, such as using the preamps of this mixer on different microphones, and also connecting to your PC and things like that. It's really in depth, and this video is going to go on and on and on if I tackle everything in detail for this mixer. Now, as you can see, we've been using this microphone the entire time, so let's switch it up for a second. Yeah, and now we're using a condenser microphone. And like I said before, from my test, the preamps sound decent. They're pretty good when it comes for this mixer. You know, you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on dedicated preamps. The preamps on this mixer sound pretty good if you ask me, especially with this professional microphone and this little, you know, at-home microphone, or, you know, home studio level microphone. So yeah, this is what it sounds like using a condenser microphone on this mixer. And you can even see, oh, and I'm using the high pass filter in. Let's turn that off, and this is what it sounds like without it. Ooh, a little more fuller as well. Yeah, so, you know, there you go. All right, so overall, I like this microphone. Let's switch microphones. All right. Okay, so overall, what are my feelings about this mixer? Well, like I said before, after playing with this mixer about a month, I like it. As a mixer, it's a solid mixer. I like the build. I like the look. It has a lot of good utility. It just works. It just does what it's supposed to do. All right, so I do have some nitpicks about the mixer. And number one, and you're not going to hear this from a lot of people, but this is just me. The power cord for the mixer is oddly short. I guess compared to other power cords that you get with stuff. What do I mean by that? Well, if you have it on your desk, make sure that the mixer and your desk, it's like you have the outlet right there. It's right there behind you, because if not, if the outlet or the power brick is not there, or your power strip is not there, it's not going to reach. You know, if let's just say the power outlet's right here, and if it was over there, it's not getting there. It's not getting there. So it's just like, for me, it was just kind of oddly short. And I did have some kind of difficulty running it right now. You know, as of right now, I have this stretching over into a strip right now, barely. So that's kind of one little thing. Number two, what we mentioned before, the headphones. It doesn't power high ohm headphones, so just keep that in mind. Not a big deal. These mixers aren't really meant to power high ohm headphones, so of course that's something separately you need to look into. Number two, the USB port in the front. You know, when it comes to using it as an audio interface, I would really prefer that there was a USB port in the back, so you could just connect this to your PC or your laptop on a regular basis and just have it connected there. There was something weird about connecting it to the computer from the front. You know, it's just like, I get it, it's a mixer, you're gonna have connections there and all that stuff, but really, I mean, to connect it to computer, I just wish it was in the back. And because now we're using this for computer, we now can't put our USB stick inside there and use it that way. It's now like one or the other, right? And you know, these are just small little nitpicks that I'm just mentioning about. Yeah, and of course, number two, for me, the biggest one, the phone and the control volume button sharing the same button. I wish they were two separate things. It would have been really make it easier to just kind of work with. Yeah, because now I've got to unplug that just to monitor myself separately. It's just, it's weird. If I'm overlooking something, please let me know. But yeah, I'm used to having two different knobs there. Excuse me. Outside of that, I like it. I like the mixer. It's a sexy looking mixer. I like the color. I like the feel. I like the design. I like the utility. I like the variety of options as well. Yeah, you guys, you let me know what you think about this mixer. Leave it in the comment down below what you think about this. I'll leave links in the description down below so you can check out some other reviews or get yourself your own and kind of go ahead. Been using Phenyx Pro products for a while and they've been solid. They still work to this day. I've got something a couple years ago from them. They're solid. They're good stuff. So it's good to see that they're really making some high quality gear such as this mixer, the PTX-400. All right, guys, like I said before, leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And also don't forget to share. And that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, learn, do, and share. Later. Take care. All right. So let's clean this up. Oh, shoot.